Hello, my name is Kathy Jameson, the Proposition Lady, and in this three-part series, I'm seeking to answer the question, what's my district? In episode 1, I reviewed the federal offices we elect to represent California in Washington, D.C. In this episode, we'll look at the statewide offices you'll find on your ballot. California's government is patterned after the federal government in that it consists of 3 branches which work together in a system of checks and balances. I'll get to you later, Board of Equalization. Statewide, we elect 8 members of California's executive branch. These folks serve 4-year terms and are elected in midterm years. They are limited to 2 terms in office thanks to Proposition 140 in 1990. Since these positions are statewide, there are no districts. That changes when we vote for members of the legislative branch. The California legislature is divided up into 2 parts, the Senate and the Assembly. The Senate, also known as the Upper House, has 40 members. They serve 4-year terms and are limited to 3 terms in office. With only 40 members, each California state senator represents approximately 988,000 people. That's more than the entire population of South Dakota. In the state Senate, odd-numbered districts are elected in presidential election years, and even-numbered districts are elected in midterm years. So you've got a 50-50 chance of seeing your state Senate seat on your next ballot. Let's have a look at the Senate district map and put it up on the What's My District board. So far, we've got a district for the U.S. House of Representatives, and now a district for the state Senate. Let's look at the other state legislative chamber, the Assembly. The California State Assembly, also called the Lower House, has 80 members. They serve 2-year terms. This means that like the U.S. House of Representatives, you'll see the state assembly on your ballot every time you cast a vote. Each member represents almost 500,000 Californians. Anyone who serves in the California State Senate or Assembly is limited to a maximum of 12 years combined service, thanks to 2012's Proposition 28. Let's have a look at the map and put it on the board. Here in California, we also vote for members of the judicial branch, starting with our superior courts. We have 1 superior court for each of our 58 counties. The judges on these courts are elected by the people, not appointed by the governor. Judicial offices are nonpartisan, so you won't see a D or an R next to their names. They compete in the primary election in March, then the top 2 vote-getters compete in the general election in November. They serve 6-year terms, and there are no term limits. The Superior Court is the first court people will use if they file a lawsuit here in California. The Superior Court districts match county lines. Let's take a look at the map and put it on our What's My District board. Beyond the superior courts, Californians also vote to retain members of our appellate and Supreme Courts. Any decision made by the Superior Court can be appealed, and that happens at the appellate level. Decisions made by the appellate courts can be appealed to the Supreme Court, the ultimate law of the land in California. Appellate and Supreme Court judges are appointed by the governor and approved by the legislature. Then at the next midterm election, the people in their district get to say whether they should remain on the bench. This is called a retention vote. There are no opponents in these races, and the seats are nonpartisan. Judges serve 12-year terms, and there are no term limits. Since the Supreme Court represents all Californians, there are no districts. But there are 6 appellate court districts. Let's take a look at the map and add it to the What's My District board. Now that we've looked at our districts within the 3 branches of state government, let's talk about the Board of Equalization, whose members were on our ballot last year. The Board of Equalization was established in 1879 to regulate county assessment practices. They ensure county assessors comply with all applicable laws and promote statewide consistency of property assessments. This means that homeowners in one part of the state will be taxed using the same practices as homeowners in another part of the state. Cool, huh? They're also responsible for overseeing the alcohol beverage tax and helping oversee the tax on insurers. This is the kind of department nobody thinks about until it shows up on our ballot. But if property assessments were inconsistent or unfair, we sure would miss them. Thanks, BOE. There are 5 members of the Board of Equalization. The state controller is a member, as well as elected representatives from 4 Board of Equalization districts. Let's take a look at the map and put it on our What's My District board. So far, we've uncovered 6 different districts that cover federal and statewide offices. In the 3rd and final episode in the What's My District series, I'll zoom in on local districts within our cities and counties. I'm Kathy Jameson, the Proposition Lady, and I appreciate you being here with me today. See you soon, California voters. Bye now.